नानाचित्रघटोदरस्थितमहा दीपप्रभाभास्वरम् ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकरणद्वारा बहिस्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भान्तमनुभाति एतत् समस्तं जगत् तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये देहं प्राणमपि इन्द्रियाण्यपि चलां बुद्धिं च शून्यं विदुः स्त्रीबालान्धजडोपमास्त्वहमिति भ्रान्ता भृशंवादिनः मायाशक्तिविलासकल्पितमहा व्यामोहसंहारिणे तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये हरि ओम।
Mahadev, Mahadev, Mahadev. Is the sound okay?
Hari Om Swamiji. It is okay, Swamiji.
All right. Is anybody setting up the alarm, helping you? Okay. Let us start with the prayer of Mangala Charanam and with a little instruction, we can plunge into our practice of meditation. Om Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tamhadevamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapatye. Om Shant Shant Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vamshashibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Sarvopaplavarahitaha Prajnanakanaha Pratyagartho Brahmaivahamasmi Brahmaivahamasmi. Vedantartha Vibhasakaya Gurave Shantaya Sannyasine Nanavadi Nagendra Sangpavaye Yogindra Vandyaya Cha Mohadvanta Divakaraya Bhagavatpada Vidham Vidrate Tasmai Bhashakrite Namostu Satatam Purnaya Bodhatmane Om. In Ishavasya Upanishad, there is one mantra which is in form of a prayer again. And over here, the seeker is in the last phase of his life and he is very much aware and he is ready to quit. Because a person who is not ready, who has not understood that, yes, there will come a time when one will have to give up this body, the relationships, the ownership, everything that one claims as his own, will all have to be relinquished. And when a person does this with awareness, willingly, out of knowledge, then the person is very mature and has advanced spiritually. To such an extent that even a person now becomes aware of the exact time as when the body will be given up. In fact, there are yogis who have come to a point where they have the capacity to give up the body at their will. Otherwise, we find people in the hospitals and ordinary people like us, common people, who are desperately wanting to live and are holding on to something of the other all the time. The relatives and the family may want to see that, this man, his suffering is too much and he should leave. Yet this fellow is sitting over there thinking about his property, wealth, his bank account, so on and so forth. We were living in Kashi, and then there was this one sannyasi in our monastery, the mutt, very old. And one day, the monastery itself, now that they have cleared up the paths after, the last government and present government which is ruling, they have cleaned up Kashi a lot. But before that, the lanes, the filth in the lanes, everything was so congested that to take out a person who's sick or on a stretcher used to be really very difficult. So this old sannyasi who suddenly became so sick and became unconscious, and it looked almost that he is on that brink of going beyond. His eyes had turned up, and he had rolled his eyes into the head and kind of things like that. The mouth was open and gasping and so on and so forth. There were all the signs of, the person almost, choking and maybe he would die. So he would, he would fall unconscious. He would come back into consciousness in those 5-10 minutes of thing that I observed. Was this person then trying to say something, but he was not able to speak because the tongue was getting pulled inside. The mouth was parched. No, I mean, even if you could give water, it would choke him. So, so it was very difficult. He wanted to speak, and whenever if his eyes would come back to normal thing, he would indicate, it was very clear from his eyes that he wanted to speak something, say something. And I did ask that, Swamiji, do you want to say something? Do you want to tell something? And he did indicate, but he was not able to speak. And so I said, do you want a pen to write something? The fingers were not able to hold. And there was very little time. And there was not much time, that he was going to give us his bill and things like that. We had to somehow, rush through those dark alleys. It was night, the electricity had failed. And we had to somehow, then he was taken by, because other Mahatmas were also there in the mud. So then he was taken to the hospital. Somehow they managed to reach in time and he was saved. So after 8 days after he was released from the hospital, when he came back to the monastery, I did ask him that, Swamiji, were you trying to say something there that when your eyes had rolled up and that, you were constantly going back into unconsciousness? He said, yes, I was trying to say something. I said, what were you trying to ask? He says, not ask. He said, I was trying to give you my ATM pin. You see. So that last moment, we are holding on to life, dear life, so badly. So this mantra from the Upanishad is very interesting. And this person, he's a seeker who has now come to know that nothing belongs to me, no one, I belong to no one, and I'm just going to move from here. But before I die, I should have the vision of the truth. I'm seeking truth. And he has prepared himself to know the ultimate reality, because nobody wants to know what the truth is. We may say that we are in pursuit of that knowledge. We want to know what is Satyam. No. We want to live in our illusions, continue our dreams, continue our sleep. Nobody wants to actually come out of it. So now this person now tells, Hiranmayena patrena satyasya pihitam kham tattvam pushan apavranu satya dharmaya prashtaya. Hey Pushan, hey Poshanakarta, oh nourisher of all, hey Pushan, apavranu, remove this. What? Remove what? Remove the golden lid which covers the face of Satyam. Hiranmayena patrena satyasya pihitam mukham tattvam pushan apavranu. So remove that. Remove that lid. Hey Pushan, remove that lid. I want to see that what is behind this dazzling golden lid. Because this golden lid is something that is casting a glaze, what do they call, glare on my eyes, and therefore I'm not able to see the Satyam. Like our vision is clouded, and hence one is not able to see the truth. It is clouded, it is sullied, contaminated by the desire. And desire means something that appears attractive, golden, shiny, infatuated with some name, some form, some activity, something of the other. And therefore, that what is the reality remains hidden from us. When one wants to see, continue seeing the dream, how will he wake up? Even if woken up, he wants to go back to the dream. And therefore, He Pushan Apabrahma. Over here, something to be understood is that Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, everything is Paramatma. Then why is one not able to see God? What prevents you from seeing God? If there is nothing other than God, every name and form is truly speaking God alone. They manifest the unmanifest, the animals, the birds, the elements, animate and inanimate, manifest and unmanifest, the past, present, and future. Everything is Paramatma. Then when nothing other than Paramatma is, why are you not able to see Paramatma, but you are seeing only the world of names and forms? Is because it is our two reasons. One is the ignorance, and the other one is our intense interest in this world. Interest in the world means our idea that this world is somewhere a source of happiness. That is what keeps you interested in world of people, names, forms, achievements, appreciations, all these things. Keep fighting for it. But now he who is able to give up this infatuation rises to see that which is beyond this golden lid, that which the golden lid covers, conceals, and therefore the power of concealment is broken. Avarana Shakti is destroyed. That's over here. This is the prayer. He Pushan Apabrahma. O Pushan Karta, O Nourisher, remove this golden lid. In a way, if you observe, this particular prayer has got two elements. One is the element of seeing the truth, and the other one is the element of removing something that is shiny, attractive, glamorous. Well, thank you very much. Shiny, glamorous, that is what two things are here. So removal of the golden lid is indicative of Vairagya, A. Then two, removal of the golden lid is also indicative of removing the avaranam. Avaranam means concealment, cover, parda, removal of that. And seeing the truth is not that the truth will be seen by you, but it because it is Swayam Prakasha as Ahamasmi, as I am, that it does not require any other agency to illuminate. It illumines, it shines by itself as I am. So now, friends, we have understood that somewhere the names, forms, all that is ephemeral, all that is temporary, will have to be appreciated as temporary. When something is appreciated and seen as temporary, meaning that it will have a limited life, now the demand for it to continue forever will wither away. This is maturity. that something should stay forever. Now, if someone appreciates you, then you're going to say, this person should appreciate me forever, always. That is a childish demand. And then you feel that everyone should appreciate me all the time. If you have understood that even the appreciation by itself is so temporary, that even if others appreciate you 24 hours, there will come a time in your own mind during those 24 hours where all these things will be forgotten by you. Your deep sleep will make you forget everything. It is already you are giving it up. So by understanding that it is temporary, the maturity that one gains to let go of the things, this is relinquishment. It is a form of sannyas. Sannyasa is nothing but maturity of life. And that is why it is seen as the last stage of life. Therefore, from there is no return. It is no return. Sannyasa is final. Brahmacharyashram, then Grihasthashram, Vanaprasthashram, and the fourth station is sannyas, the final one. It is form of renunciation. Therefore, this maturity is something that helps you overcome this, the demand. The demand is the desire to give it up. Now, friends, once again, turning back to what we have been practicing, and it needs to be practiced, something that needs to be practiced for sufficiently long time, at least 6 months without a break. Okay, then this will become dhanibhoot. The samskara will become powerful. Dharana means locking up the mind with respect to space. Dhyanam is locking up the mind with respect to object. And when dhyanam is done, pratyaya ekatanata dhyanam, tatra pratyaya ekatanata, tatra means tasmin deshe. Yatra deshe dharana kriyate tasmineva deshe. So, where the dharana is done in that desha, whether it is the hridaya desha or the bhumatya or the sahasrara, etc., wherever. Now, what is done is this. That by rolling back of the 5 elements, grossified 5 elements, then the unmanifest is also rolled back. What do they call? The subtle manifest is also rolled back into the manifest, unmanifest, the prakriti. And this about this prakriti is the purusha, ahamasmi. To arrive at this point where one becomes aware of his own presence without any adjectives getting attached to it, ahamasmi, I am. Without any definitions attached to it, good, bad, holy, profane, no nothing. Young, old, man, woman, none of these things. And what finally remains is just ahamasmi, I am. It is to clear off everything which is covering this aham. And that is, in a way, the fructification of that prayer that, Hey Pushan, Apa remove that golden lid. So now, you are all well aware of the points from where we are saying is Prithvi Tattvam, Jala Tattvam, Agni Tattvam, Vayu Tattvam, Akasha Tattvam, then the Mahat Tattvam, Prakriti, and Purusha. This is how our entire journey is of rolling back. It is called as Pratiloma. Then coming out would be Anuloma, as if the Chandra Amrita is coming down. So now, Laya, Vikshepa, and Kashaya, these are the doshas from which one has to take care. Laya is when the sleep is incomplete, or when the food is indigested, or there is overeating, or atishrama, means a person is very tired, then it is not possible to stay awake in the meditation. Sleep will take over. This falling to sleep in the practice of meditation is called as laya. Okay, means kind of a dissolution. We don't have to see the dissolution, but we have to be aware and aware of our own presence and see that to the dissolution that is happening outside this eye, all that is happening, the Prakriti going back into unmanifest, the Prakriti coming out and spreading its own, samsara, prapancha, all this is happening in anatma. As Atma, I am Shanta, unaffected, asanga, adviti. This is what one has to see. So now, this laya, kashaya, etc., by taking care of that, one is becoming prepared for meditation. If you are sitting properly with your backbone erect, head, neck, and the torso, all of them, the Upanishad says, are in single line. Then, having sat like that, have a resolution that as long as I am sitting in this practice for meditation, I have renounced everything, relinquished everything, given up everything. I want nothing from this world, not even appreciation, not even anyone's, approval or anything. I am just simply sitting. By saying so, you are in the state of sannyasa, creating an inner atmosphere of nothing, no desire to prevent you from seeing the truth. So, having sat, made the resolution, now close your eyes, but close them very gently, not even lightly as if fluttering or the eyeballs dancing left to right, etc. No, nothing. As much as the eyeballs are at rest, it would be very good. Now, by sitting, adjust your posture, adjust the breath, prana. Then at the center of the heart, in the chest, We will worship the Guru, the teacher, his holy feet, on this lotus of the heart. I will simply chant the shloka of Guru Parampara, and that should suffice. Then after, each one of you will stay into that, try to be in that state by of first Pratiloma and then Anuloma. But between Pratiloma and Anuloma, stay seated as just I am. So now let us begin. Om Om Narayana Vasishtham Shaktin Chatatputra Parashrim Cha Yasam Shukam Gaurapadam Mahatam Govinda Yogi Mathasya Shishyam Shri Shankaracharya Mathasya Padmapadaccha Hastamalakanja Shishyam Tantrodhakam Vartikaramanyam Asmadgurun Santatamanaposmi Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmiti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om. Om. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sudrabhashikatau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtibheda Vibhagine Yomavadyaptadehaya Srinamurtaye Namaha